Hello and welcome to another Reservoir Red Dogs lockdown special. I'm Matt Ford. You'll be delighted to know that this is still Paul McGregor. Hi, Paul.
Still, only just clinging on by my nails to the cliff.
You're looking good, mate. You're still looking good.
Thanks, man. I'm getting a bit tanned. To be fair, look at that.
You are. You look.
I don't like it because I
fantastic.
go all craggy when I get tanned.
What do you mean,
Yeah.
craggy?
Look at that smile. Look at that.
Oh, you crow's feet around the eyes.
Yeah, don't be like that. There was no need for that.
Whoa. What I meant.
Hey,
was
come on,
that
we're right, aren't we?
You might think that. I wasn't saying that. I was trying to read your mind. So what you mean?
It's exactly what you said.
But by craggy, you mean what? Wrinkly?
Just the tan kind of, accentuates the crow's
Wrinkles.
feet. Yeah, the crow's feet, the wrinkles, the stuff.
You look great, mate.
Yeah,
You look
the
great.
imperfections.
Well, it's good that you get in the sun. That helps at a time like this.
Yeah, it's difficult. There's varying degrees of difficulty. I'm always aware that you're stuck in a flat, not moving, and with no garden, etc.
No, but as you say, everyone's in different situations, and we're always very aware when we're making this that we're doing this to keep you entertained, to keep you upbeat, to keep you positive, particularly keep you positive about being a Forest fan. And today's guest is, I mean, what a guy! This was brilliant fun. I think it's always different when you're chatting to a member of the current squad because you're not going over like with previous guests. It's kind of for some not distant history, but obviously there's a bit of time in between to reflect. Whereas for the people we've had on, like Joe Lolly and Ryan Yates and today Matty Cash, they currently play for Forest. They are professional footballers, professional athletes. So you always get a different type of interview. But and I'm sure you think the same. They are so impressive. And I don't mean that in a patronising way. They are really impressive young men. Not only are they brilliant athletes, they're all super sharp.
Yeah, and it always impresses me how smart they are and how just on their game they are. I mean, we were never really like that.
Fitness-wise, you mean?
Yeah, we were just a different breed. I honestly I don't think there's a single member of that Forest squad currently that's not doing the right thing. And I know for a fact there'd have been a few. If it had been in lockdown, there'd have been a few Forest players. Imagine this in the 90s.
It was bad enough.
Well, yeah, exactly. There'd have been a few lads that had been drunk for 6 weeks solid. Never mind, keeping themselves running and doing, getting on the dumbbells and all the bands and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, so impressive, and just nice to hear somebody that's had a good lockdown experience.
Yes. Well, we all will be revealed. He's made the most of it, as Matty Cash. But it is, and I'm sure people listening to this will feel the same way. I feel quite defensive about footballers because they're easy targets. They're people that the press love to have a go at, and that doesn't mean that there aren't things to criticise in any industry or any walk of life. But there are presumptions made about footballers, and in my experience of meeting them and chatting to them, the cliche couldn't be more different. They are really intelligent, really thoughtful people. All the ones we've met and had on this podcast have all been intelligent and thoughtful, as well as being great athletes.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. I defend footballers to the hilt with this sort of stuff. I've been sat opposite some people that, think they're having banter talking to me about Wayne Rooney's intelligence and him being thick and stuff. And it's just like, well, it's a different intelligence, mate. Intelligence isn't just one thing. I mean, does it matter that you can read Kafka and understand it to the nth degree and discuss it more than you can understand where everyone is on a pitch and bring a ball down with 2 touches and put it in the top corner? It's an intelligence, not just a physicality. You've got to have a mindset for it. It's just different. And people that are snobbish about it, it always gets my goat when people call footballers not intelligent. It's just it's a different intelligence. And I think the boys in the current squad, whenever we've had them on, have just shown that.
They've been great. Joe Lolly was great. Joe Worrell, Michael Dawson, Ryan Yates. Every single guest we've had on from the current squad has been great. So, without further ado, enjoy a lockdown special with Matty Cash. We're delighted to be joined today by one of the best Forest players that we currently have, a star man himself, Matty Cash. Matty, how you doing?
How's it going? You okay? I'm all good. Yeah, really good.
Yes, very good, thank you. Now, when we talk to you at the moment, this will be released at some point in the future. But on the day that we're recording this, training and stuff is starting to happen again. Life is starting to come back to the Nigel Doughty Academy and hopefully to the City Ground. What's it like training in these circumstances?
Yeah, obviously it's brilliant to be back. We had 8 weeks just doing nothing really, sat at home, as everybody else is in the same situation. But yeah, last week it was the best feeling, putting the boots on. The grass was green as anything, sun was shining. It was great, and yeah, it's just obviously we're in small groups at the minute, but having that feeling around the training ground is really positive. Yeah, it's been great.
I still get that buzz on a Tuesday night kickabout and putting my boots on. There's just something about just slipping them back on, man. I love it.
I know, it's mad how like we haven't had football in so many months. You realise how much it means to you and how much you miss it when it's not there, doesn't it? The world would be crazy without football, put it that way.
Oh man, it's been tough. But we were just saying, Matt, weren't we, that we've kind of like we've oddly in many ways not missed it.
Yeah,
but you know, the thought of it coming back is just come on football.
I was going to say it's bad enough for fans, but it must be so weird for players where you're fans as well, but it's also your job. Like, how do you stay fit? I mean, you can obviously stay a certain level of fitness, but you can't stay surely professional level fitness sat at home.
No, it's completely different fitness. Like I remember it's been, how long has it been? 8-9 weeks now, something like that. And I remember the first week. I remember the first week of quarantine. I was thinking, how long is this going to go on for? But obviously, the health and the health and stuff, and people dying from it, it's awful. So you have to see that side of it. We're doing it for a reason, so you've got to look at it as a positive in it. But yeah, staying fit and stuff. I remember doing my first run out in on my own. It's completely different to getting out there with the lads and training. But it's hard to go out there and do runs on your own because you don't know when you're back playing, and you've got to stay motivated and stuff like that. But keeping your fitness up was, for me, it's not a problem. I like going out there and getting in the fresh air and doing a bit of work. So it was all right, to be fair.
Stuff.
You effectively became the Joe Wicks of Nottingham Forest, putting your workout videos online. Obviously, it was a bit of fun as well, but it will have genuinely helped people. When you're filming it in your house, did you think, I better move those red wine bottles, or like hide the Big Mac wrappers? Or...
It's not your house, Matt.
The McDonald's wrapper was on the back, and I remember videoing it. I had to throw it away. No, as you said, I remember Ben White, the social media guy, just said, everyone was bored at home, so I thought I'd just go for a little routine in the living room of how to do a little ab session or whatever it was. I can't remember what it was.
It was brilliant. Right. I mean, so, as well as keeping yourself physically fit, I mean, everyone's hair has got out of control in this lockdown, but yours has stayed as fashionable as it ever was. Have you been cutting your own hair?
My hair?
It looks amazing.
No, I haven't. Now, what? My brother's been here with me, so he's been doing it. And he's actually a really good barber, so I think he needs to quit his job when he's back and take up being a hairdresser. And it's funny because I do his as well, and I'm quite good at doing it as well. So we do it about once a week, taking it in turns.
Oh mate, my wife came home and I was just sat naked on a towel, just shaving my head on a number 10. I lost the plot, so I've got like a cropped mullet going on. It's just one length everywhere.
You got the old-fashioned mullet out.
Yeah, I love it.
I've started to look like Alan Partridge, man. Mine's gone like full, big fat, sort of 80s.
It's impossible cutting your own hair, though.
Yeah.
I remember the first week, I hadn't had a trim in about 3 weeks, and I was thinking, oh no, the barber's is closed. What am I going to do? And luckily, my brother said I'm good. So.
Oh man.
So how else have you kept yourself occupied? Obviously, you can exercise to keep yourself fit, but you can't meet up with mates. You know, same for footballers as it is for anyone else. So how have you been killing the time? Have you found any new hobbies? Have you been catching up on films and books you should have watched and read?
Yeah, I've actually done loads, to be fair. Quarantine's actually done me really well. As funny as that might sound, it's been really good. I've obviously got a dog on my missus as well, so we've been taking the dog out once, twice a day. Normally 2 times a day. We walk up the River Trent. up to the forest ground, and that is brilliant when the sunrise is coming in. And I've been moving house as well, so I've actually had loads of time to do that. Obviously, all the shops and stuff is shut, so they were shut. They're starting to reopen now, but I was ordering loads of stuff in. So as soon as I moved house, I had everything in place. So I've had time to do that and do little bits. Well, I've been doing a lot of baking. I've been doing all the gardening. I'm a changed man, because after training, I used to kind of sit on my backside, and now I'm actually doing some stuff in the garden.
What are
you can't give it up now. That's it. She knows you can do it now. That's it. She'll never drop that. That's it.
I know. Because normally when I get home from training, I'll just relax and have a sleep, and she'll do all the food and stuff. And now it's the other way around.
So what have you been baking?
No, I've been baking. I spoke to Paul Taylor, sent me some scones through. So I've done some scones.
Lovely.
And I've done a bit of banana. I've been doing banana bread as well.
Nice. My missus does a good banana bread.
Yeah, really nice. So
nice.
I started the first few weeks of quarantine, I was doing it with loads of sugar in, and the last few weeks I've been trying to take it out, but it doesn't taste as good. So I've tried to change that. Yeah. But as I said, it's done me really well. I've been doing things that I've never done before in my life. I've never been out in the garden with the gloves on, pulling roots out. And I've been doing it, so it's been good fun actually. Yeah.
And do you have any gardening tips for listeners of the podcast?
Cut your lawn every other day and make sure you water it every night.
Nice, solid advice.
Yeah.
And have you mowed it like a football pitch?
Yeah, I have. I've been doing the stripes. Yeah, but because it's a new house, the grass is what's the grass called? It's like it's nice new lawn, so it's not all bound. It's not all like long and got loads of roots coming out of it. It's fresh.
Oh,
so
like
it looks brilliant
when
I mow it. Yeah, just like nice fresh turf. So it's already sort of pretty new. I've only been here a week, and I've cut it about 4 times already, and it's got all the lines in it. Yeah, it looks brilliant.
And have you painted any white lines?
Have you got a sit-on mower?
Nah, not a sit-on now. My garden's not that big.
I always thought if I ever had a sit-on mower, that's when I've made it.
Yeah,
I've still not made it.
You need a big garden for one of them.
You do, yeah.
I can't believe you've had to move house during lockdown. People say moving house is one of the most stressful things you can do. Like, I mean, I suppose it gave you the time to box everything up, but it can't have been the easiest time to do that.
You know what, though? Well, I bought the house before lockdown started, and it took a while to all go through because of what happened. And it's literally been, honestly, I got the keys it's got to be 2 weeks ago. And every day one day I had the delivery company. I made sure I was out, so I had to do all the house. I had to clean all the house and stuff, so it was good for them to work in. And they came in the house, they took all my stuff and then dropped it at the new house. And I had to go out as well when they came, so I wasn't in. So they would just I told them before what rooms to drop it in. So they'd done it all. It happened really quickly. Seriously, it happened. You might think, it might have been stress. It wasn't at all. And every day I had a carpenter in one day, then I had like the other day. It's been fine, really. In a way, I'd rather move house quarantine than during the season while we have loads of games, because it would have been harder for me. So it's been brilliant, really.
And did you lose anything in the move? Is there anything you haven't been able to find since you moved house?
Nah, nothing. Nah. I've got to wait for the cupboards to get fitted, and so all the clothes are everywhere. So I'm wearing the same pair of boxes every day.
Mate, tell me you're washing them at some point.
No, you just turn them round, don't you? Then inside out, and then turn them round again.
Yeah, inside out for one day, next day. No,
back to front.
Yeah.
Obviously, we're all really excited for football to come back anywhere, just in any form. Really exciting for Forest because at the moment we're in a playoff position. It's incredible to think that basically life and football's been on pause, and then once we get moving again, Forest fans might be able to look forward to at least some sort of playoff competition, and we might only be a few games away from being in the Premier League. Like, is that sinking in with the players still, or because of the crisis and effectively the pause on the industry of football? I mean, obviously people know that we're in a playoff spot, but like, has the enormity of it sort of come back to mind?
Yeah, cool. Yeah, definitely. Well, that's what I mean. No one knows how many games we're going to play, the 9 games, or we're going to play the playoffs. I think for sure we'll definitely play the playoffs minimum. And if you look at it like that, you've got 3 games to try and get the dream to make the dream come true, sort of thing.
It's like a mini cup competition, isn't it?
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, so no one knows. We just have to every day we've been training hard, focusing on the job, trying to get ourselves back to the levels that we were on before, and that's all you can do now. It's just a waiting game. But yeah, of course, we know the situation we're in and the position we're in. We've still got a fantastic chance to go where we want to be. So yeah, we definitely all realise that.
I don't want to curse it, or jinx it or anything, but
yeah.
I mean, you say it like that, it feels like we're so flipping close. And you know how wonderful that would be for people after going through all this. Of any team that got promoted, but obviously, we're all Forest fans. So how does it work at the moment with training? You do it in small groups. Like, do you have to stay in those groups then? Do they say, right, it's basically, it's you, Cashy, Joe Worrell, and say Joe Lolly, and the three of you can train together, and from now on, only you three train together in your little group, or does it get mixed up at all?
No. So we'll have like a timetable. So at night they'll put a text in the group of the groups that we're in, and different times. So say for tomorrow I'll be in at 9:15, then the next group will be 11 o'clock, then there'll be another group, for example. And then you just go out and you train, and all the gym and stuff set out in the dome, so you're all 2 meters apart. Well, it's even further than 2 meters, so it's brilliant. We're having tests twice a week, and everyone seems to be fine. Yeah, we have to wear masks. You're not really allowed in the building. If you want to go to the toilet, you got to wear a mask.
Going to lay by
gloves as well. Yeah. So they've been fantastic with it. The way the club have gone about it and stuff, with organisation, it's been absolutely top draw. Say for example, we do a passing drill. You just have to stay 2 meters away. There'll be a cone. So they've got it all planned out. They've got it all set up. So you never go near each other. You never touch each other. So it's been brilliant. Yeah.
As a team, just socially, obviously can't meet up in the same ways that you would have been doing during the season. So have you, are there Zooms with other Forest players that you're doing to keep in touch with each other? Yeah,
well, the first few weeks of quarantine, it was actually great. We had Chris Thorpe as our fitness coach, and he's brilliant. He's got all the Zoom calls set up. He's got all the Strava and stuff. So we'd do every day, we'd do a Zoom call about 9 in the morning. Not 9, it'd be about 10:15, around there. And then he'll set up, and there'll be the same as this, what we're doing now, but there'll be about 18, 20 of us. So they have about 6 little slideshows of all the lads. Then we'll have a little chat before we train for about 5 minutes. And then he'll do the main screen, and he'll just set the video up. And before quarantine started, we had loads of weights sent to us to the house. So we had like 2 dumbbells, we had a bike. We had some bands, we had some like weights and stuff. And yeah, he'd just do a session with his and talk through it. And then we'd just copy it and put the video up and just set it up. And it was like being in the gym, but in your house. It was brilliant. So we really enjoyed that because there was nothing else to do. It was what you look forward to getting up and doing. So it was great. And then every other day we started stepping it up a little bit. We'd done some runs every other day. So I was down Home Pier Point sprinting into the wind. Yeah, it's been a completely different outlook for me because I've never done stuff like this before. I'm training on my own for such a long period of time. So in a way, I've really enjoyed it. Learning different things, doing a different routine to what I normally do. But obviously, I've enjoyed it because there's nothing else to do. So yeah, I'm missing it loads, but can't wait to be back on the city ground.
Are you missing your mates in the evening? Are you going, I just need to have a Zoom with Joe Worrell and see how he is?
Yeah, well, now we're back. I see him every day now, so I don't really need to do it now. But a few weeks ago, yeah, we used to get on the Zoom call as well, and I've catch up. But there's not really much to talk about because we're all sat. What have you done today? I've just sat inside and had a cup of tea. It's the same every day, isn't it? So
saying that to Paul earlier, I've got nothing to tell him. Nothing has happened.
Yeah,
it all starts off with the best intentions, doesn't it? You call. I spoke to my mate last night. And what was it on house party? And just like, how you doing? He's there, great. And you got about 30 seconds of that before it's what have you been up to? I don't know. Yeah. So see you soon.
Well, I've been on an exercise bike. You know what? I was going to ask you. I don't know if you can see it there. I bought a cheap one off the internet.
Oh yeah.
Just a foldable one. And I've been doing interval training on it. So I'll turn it up to its maximum resistance and do a minute, and then I'll lower it and do a minute, and then up down like that.
Yeah.
I'll do some light weights, just small ones that I've got, just to break it up for an hour and a half. But
you have a woman's weight, my lord.
But they're my girlfriend's weights. So they're just like those little pink ones that they use at yoga. But it's helped tone my shoulders a little bit, and I have lost weight.
Not normally doesn't make me giggle.
No, not well. I used to run a bit, but I've had because of my asthma and stuff, it's been a sort of tricky few years. But it's really helped me lose weight. But my belly, what's the best way to lose a belly? Because obviously on the bike, I'm getting my legs are sort of sorted, and with the weights, I'm toning my arms. But will belly fat just go off if I keep riding a bike, or do I need to really concentrate on it?
No, you got to starve yourself.
You know what? I am dieting as well.
Oh yeah.
No, tell him your diet. Tell him your mad diet.
Oh man, yeah. Well, 2 days a week.
No, his.
Oh man, well, 2 days a week I don't eat anything. Yeah. So Fridays and Mondays, 0 calories. I just drink water. So from Thursday night to Saturday morning, and then from Sunday night to Tuesday morning, zilch. So all day Friday, nothing in apart from water.
Food.
No food at all. 0 calories.
What? Why'd you do that?
Because I got really fat. because I was just eating too much.
I don't think that's good for you. I think.
Mate, I've been saying
worse.
this.
Really?
I think that'll make you put on more weight once you eat. Honestly.
Oh.
He's convinced it's working, right? And what it does, it says the diet is that you can eat what you want. So when you are eating, so like a Saturday night, he's got about 6 curries.
Yeah.
6.
6. No, 4. There's about 4 curries on a Saturday night and 12 beers, and he's like, "It's fine. Tomorrow I'm not eating."
Nah, that's not all right. That's not the right way to lose weight.
So what? Because people will be looking.
I'd say just
tips.
Well, it's hard, isn't it? Because on a Saturday night, you really want to have a curry and a beer, don't you? So it's hard.
Yeah, man.
I just say, I don't know, really. It's hard because I exercise, so I've never really put on weight. I don't know. I think I've just got the body metabolism to not put on weight. I think when I'm older, I will.
Wait till you finish.
Every day.
Wait till you finish and you're still cramming those pasta into you and everything.
I know. I'd say when you're training, another way to burn loads of calories is put as many clothes on as possible. So say, for example, you're going on a bike and you're doing a sweat on, put it outside and put on loads of jackets.
Really?
And
like Joey from Friends.
Yeah. Put on loads of try that. Go put your bike out in the sun and put on like loads of loads of jumpers or whatever. And
please film it.
Sweat loads, yeah.
And please film it, please.
Well, this is the thing.
You definitely burn loads of calories doing that, but I don't know I think that will help a little bit. I'd say don't not eat. That's awful.
Yeah.
I mean, I realise it's not really good advice. It's just because I just love food and drink so much, and I find it hard to control that appetite. Yeah. But so I can't go outside at the moment because I'm having to shield because of my asthma, which is why I've bought this exercise bike because stop me running. Okay. So, but I could still do that indoors. I could just put basically a load of forest shirts on. How many layers?
Oh, I saw your tweet the other day. Actually, yeah. You haven't been out, have you? At all?
No, it's so sad. It's so sad that people have seen that.
Yeah, I saw your tweet. Yeah.
It's the truth.
Nah, fair play. That's brilliant. That's good. Yeah.
So how many shirts should I put on? Well, you got to, haven't you? How many shirts should I put on, do you reckon, to try and...
How many forest shirts you got?
I've got a lot of forest shirts.
How many?
Just wear jumpers and coats or whatever. Not silly. Just wear something so when you're working out...
Not silly, just 8, 9 or something.
Wear like 2 jumpers and when you're working out, you'll burn more calories, I think. That's a good way of doing it. I know Michael Heffler trains in his rain jacket. Because I think he said to me it burns more calories. I think he's trying to get shredded, even though he already is shredded. So I think that is a way. That's how I've learned it. But I don't do that. But I think it's a good way.
All right, I might
better than not eating for 2 days.
Damn right. It's not the one, is it?
I know, but the thing is, I got really fat, so I had to do something about it. Maybe I will start. I mean, I realise it's only when I tell other people I realise how insane it sounds.
Yeah. What, not eating for 2 days?
Yeah, I'm just like, I just won't eat. But most people think I'm mad.
You just got to put less in, and
it's not good for your body. That
no.
But an hour healthy.
An hour and a half. Yeah, well, is that? But I love chocolate.
Yeah, I know. That's what I mean. Same with me. I love chocolate.
Oreos. What's your favourite chocolate?
I like a. Do you know what I've had? I ordered some Aero balls from Amazon.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, Aero balls. They are the best things. Chocolate Aero balls.
The mint. Have you tried the mint ones?
With a cup of tea. You know, I haven't. I've had just a full
mint Aero's good.
Oh yeah, I like mint Aero. I like the bar, but I prefer the chocolate balls. You have to order them. You can't get them in the shop.
The balls are so good, and a cup of tea is perfect because then it melts in your mouth faster.
Yeah, it's lovely.
Oh man, I like doing that with the dairy milk,
beautiful.
just taking a bite of dairy milk and then having a swig of tea, and it just, oh my God.
Yeah.
Have you ever done the bite the end off a Kit Kat and put that in your tea and suck it through?
Oh, yeah.
That's
Kit
the
Kat's
dream.
gorgeous as well. Yeah, that's unreal.
Have you never done that, 4D?
No, never.
I'm about to change your life forever. And
Yeah,
people
get
that
a
have never
Kit Kat.
done it, get on this.
I've
Kit
done that.
Kat, bite the
Yeah.
ends off, drink your tea or your hot chocolate, whatever it might be, through the straw.
But how long does the Kit Kat retain its structure and integrity?
This is it, because it slowly just starts going, and then when you pop it in the mouth, oh mate, I'm drooling.
Lovely.
I'm literally drooling.
What are your other vices, Matty? What's your favourite, like for food? Chocolate's maybe your favourite sweet tooth thing, but like if you could have any meal on a Saturday night, what would your ideal dinner be?
Oh, do you know what? After a game, I love like a nice curry. I love a curry.
Yeah, man.
Chicken korma with boiled rice and a bit of naan bread. I love it. And
There
then
you go, creamy, do you?
before.
I'm more of a tomato spicy man.
Yeah, lamb madras, man. Whoa, like really rich, but really spicy as well.
Yeah, I love a steak as well. Steak and chips.
And when you cook your steak, do you do the thing with the butter in the pan?
Yeah. Well, I don't cook it. My missus does, but yeah, she does it normally.
So
she has
good.
like a special butter in there. Oh, it's gorgeous. Yeah.
Makes all the. I watched a Gordon Ramsay video on it because I've been having not a lot of steak, but it's been the only meat I've been having during lockdown. And if you just put a bit of butter in, so you do a minute either side, and then after a couple of minutes, just start spooning butter over it while it melts. Oh my God!
Yeah, lovely.
I feel like you're living in a different world.
I know. Yeah. So Matt, have you not been out at all then?
No. So at the time we record this,
not even in the garden, or
no. So I live in a first floor flat. So there are communal gardens outside, but because my asthma's so bad, I was advised to shield, and I just didn't want to take the risk because obviously it affects the lungs. I just thought if I catch it, I wouldn't fancy my chances. At the time of recording, I've basically not been outside at all for 11 weeks.
Do you know what though, mate? At some point,
have you been on your own, or has your missus been coming in, or?
Yeah, so my girlfriend lives with me, so that's been a huge benefit, obviously. So it's not like I've been cooped up on myself, but. It is weird to have not set foot outside for.
Yeah.
But at some point, mate, you're gonna have to use common sense at some point, because you're not going to get guidance from you, particularly, are not going to get guidance from the government as of when you can go out. So you're going to have to use common sense at some point. Yes, when does that happen?
Well, I'll keep following the government advice, because they do give my advice I basically got from Asthma UK, so they listed specific pieces of medication, so I keep checking in with them, but after the 12 weeks I'll ring my GP and talk it through with them. But even after that, I'll obviously be still very alert. I would only go out obviously once a day at that point, but that's a big difference to not going out at all. It is a bit weird.
I can't imagine.
But that's mad, it's a bit weird. But like you, I've been cooking more, been reading more books, watching films I should have watched years ago. There have been benefits in a weird way to it.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
What you watch, 40? What films you been into?
Box sets. Oh, well, I watched old films that I hadn't seen before. The Sting with Robert Redford.
Great.
Untouchables. Like, a lot of old, just like Oscar-winning films that I'd never seen before. And then on Netflix, I've been watching Ozark, which is out of this world.
How good's that? Oh my God!
Have you seen it, Matt?
Seen it, Matt?
Nah, I've never seen it. Nah, I've seen a few. I've been watching a few Netflix. Have you seen Gangs of London?
Yeah, I started watching that the other day. Yeah.
Yeah, really good. And
the fighting in it is insane.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah.
You must have been watching the Jordan one.
No, I'm going to start that.
Mate, my God. Do you know what? Do you know what I said? Yeah. My mate who I used to play with, a guy called Jamie Forrester. He was at Leeds for a while and Northampton and stuff. I speak to him quite a lot. And he was like, doesn't it make, when you see Jordan and his mentality, doesn't it make you feel like such a pub player and that you've wasted all your talent completely? Really? Just when you watch his mentality, you just think, you look at Ronaldo and you think mentality and you think, wow, that boy's mentality is the next level. And then you look at Jordan, you just think, geez, mate, I literally was a dog and duck player.
Really?
Honestly, just as an athlete. I mean, I can remember going to see the Knicks play. It was about 1996. I saw the Knicks play at Madison Square Garden. And we were fairly close down near courtside. And you know, we were Premier League footballers and just sat there having a beer watching this and just thinking, these boys are like nearly 7 foot, 3 times faster than anyone we've ever seen. So skillful. Just, it's a different world. Just, it's an incredible documentary. Honestly, it's phenomenal.
Yeah, I'm going to definitely watch that when I get some time. Yeah,
I watched it back to back.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I watched Dr. Foster as well. Have you seen that?
No. That sounds like a BBC Two thing starring. Is it?
Really good, yeah. Yeah, really good, yeah.
So on the podcast, we often ask footballers the sorts of things footballers used to get asked when old-style football magazines were around, like the old Fact File. And we've probably covered some of these answers in the interview already. But what's your favourite film?
Do you know what I really like? I like from when I was a little. I don't know what my favourite film is. I've got loads.
Just say it. But you just pulled away from one there, didn't you? Come on.
One that used to make me really laugh when I was younger was White Chicks.
Oh my God! With the Wayans brothers. Marlon Wayans.
Yeah,
amazing.
That's always. Ever since I've seen that film, I've always like, that made me die when I was younger. Honestly.
Love it.
It's brilliant. Yeah. That's probably one of my favourite. Not now, I've sort of gone off it now, but when I was younger, it's one of my favourites. White Chicks, funny.
Since White Chicks, what have you favourite films been?
What have I seen? I don't really know. I like that film at the cinema the other week. Was it 1917?
Oh, that's amazing! Yeah, the war film.
Yeah, I didn't get to see that. I wanted to take my old man to see that. I didn't get to see it.
Yeah,
two very different films.
I'm not great at remembering films names, but yeah, that was a good one. I watched it in the cinema like a couple months ago. That was a good one.
What's your best meal to cook? What do you cook the best?
Best meal to cook: spaghetti bolognese.
Yes,
lovely spaghetti bolognese. I like the mince. The mince is lovely.
And
I like spaghetti bolognese with garlic bread recently,
as well. We've got. I don't drink port, right? But you know, like when you do your onions and your garlic, and then you turn up the heat, and then throw in some red wine or something.
Yeah. Is that in the slow cooker?
Well, I don't use a slow cooker, no. But I've got a really nice thick bottom pan that kind of catches, so it caramelizes a bit. It's nice, it's good pan.
Yeah,
so,
I've got.
Your tomato puree in that, and then I just throw a good glass of wine in normally. But I found a bottle of port, a good bottle of port that someone bought us, and I don't drink it, and it's made all the difference. I've put that in my cooking now instead of the wine. That's the one. Trust me. On spaghetti bolognese, get a nice bottle, a nice glass of port in there. Yeah, instead of the wine.
Yeah, I do like a little bit of wine in. I always put a bit of wine in because I've got a slow cooker, so I always put everything in a slow cooker.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll definitely get a little bit of that.
That's such a
not
good
before
idea.
a game though.
No. The spag bowl in the slow cooker with a bit of red wine. What are have you got any other secret ingredients that you're putting in there?
Well, normally my missus does it, but I have done it before. It normally tastes better when she does it, but yeah, a bit of onion, a bit of everything really. Some nice spices, a bit of onions, a bit of red wine. You haven't got to put too much in.
Who is your best dressed teammate?
There's a few. It depends what style, because I've got 2 different styles that I like. So we've got like a Michael Dawson who's in Reese gear, like Ben Watson and Dawes. They all wear like nice Reese gear, looking really smart and rich and stuff. And then you've got like a different side. So you've got like Nuno da Costa wears like the chill gear, the Nike tracksuit, like the nice gear. So it depends really. I like wearing both of them sort of things. I like a bit of Reese and I like a bit of like trying to look swag. Just like a young 22-year-old would. So yeah, I'd say Nuno da Costa and Ben Watson. They're 2 different styles, but really good. Yeah.
Who's the funniest teammate?
Funniest teammate, Michael Heffeler, 100%. Every day you see him, he's a great lad, yeah, and he's funny as hell, yeah. Michael Heffeler, definitely.
Who's the teammate that you would ring in a crisis?
What's that like? When I'm in trouble or what?
Yeah, if you got in trouble, who's the first one you'd ring?
If I was getting beaten up or something like that, I'd ring Michael Heffeler if I could.
Come and tell jokes.
Yeah. No, just because he's a beast as well, so he'd help me out. But if I was in trouble, it depends what trouble. What sort of trouble, Fordy?
Oh, crikey. Okay, let's go big. You're arrested by the police, accused of racketeering and gun running.
Probably Ben Watson, the skipper. Sensible Eddie, calm it all down.
If you had to form a band with 3 of your teammates and play Glastonbury, which 3 would you pick?
Yeah.
And what would you do?
I picked John Bostock, so he could come out in the loud gear with a bit of like pulling the shape. He can dance and stuff, so I'd let him do that. Who can sing? I don't know who could sing. I'll go with Joe Worrell because he'd always come out with something, so we wouldn't have him there because it'd make it a bit fun. Is that with me included or someone else?
Yeah, with you included.
Yeah, go on. I'll have me in there, and then I'll have.
What would you do?
Samba Sao as well because he loves all the foreign music and he's quite good at dancing and stuff. What would I do? I don't know. I'd just stand there and try and make it live.
Oh, that's a good point, actually. What's your karaoke song?
My karaoke, Wonderwall.
Oh,
normally.
Oh, yeah. The connoisseur's choice.
Yeah, I like a bit. I like a bit of Oasis in the late night karaoke's.
Oh yeah,
Matt. I think if we're talking connoisseurs, you'd go Talk Tonight above Wonderwall. If we're going to connoisseur,
yeah, Talk. Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah.
You know what? I'm a big. I've even got Oasis coasters on my desk that are like
brilliant.
Of each other. I've got all over the head.
Yeah, I love Oasis.
Have you watched Supersonic?
Nah.
Oh, mate, it's so hard for me to watch because it's so good and it just puts me right back in the middle of all that. Oh, really? It's beautiful to watch.
How do I watch it?
It's on Netflix.
It's on Netflix.
Oh, is it? Yeah.
Mate, it's incredible. And when you realise they're sat in the helicopter overlooking Nebworth and they're sat there and they're going, and then it's like, I think Noel's talking in the background. He's just, I mean, Matt will probably do a great impression of it, but or an average impression of it. So,
you know what I love? The line he says, he goes, "That is a big question, right? And it deserves a big answer. You know, we were 5 kids off a council estate, right? Head cases." And you just go, bang, this film is on. Oh, Cash, you can watch that tonight.
Mate, the thing that blows me away is when they're in the helicopter and looking down and they just say, was it like 2 years from scratch, from McGee seeing them in the nightclub to flying over a helicopter at Nebworth?
Yeah,
it's something like 2 years. It's mental.
I'm surprised I ain't seen that because I love Oasis.
Oh, man, it's so good, honestly.
I'll get that on, definitely.
Noel live?
No, never, no.
Oh, I need to sort that out.
Have you?
This is all over. Yeah, loads. I saw Oasis a few times and then I've been to see them. You know, when I saw Oasis at the Nottingham Arena, it was bedlam.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was horrible. I was at that show. God, Be Here Now.
Oh, no, it was later. It was on the Heathen Chemistry one. It was around 2002. It was the first
saw
time
them
I'd
there
ever
at the
seen
Be Here Now, mate. I was covered in wee. It was horrible. It was.
Really?
That's when I abandoned them after that. I was like, I'm not into that. I can't go and see that. Just loads of idiots just kicking the wee around.
Really? Yeah.
It was awful. Yeah.
There was a bit of an edge to it. Yeah, but the music was great. So do you get to go to gigs in Nottingham or anything like that, or you're aware that if you're a Forest player?
Jesus.
Nah, not really. Well, I drove past Nottingham Marine the other day. I think Craig David's playing there soon. So it's hard really because when you're training and stuff and you got loads of games on, it's hard to sort of get out because you never know when you never know really like if you're gonna have time. You don't really know the schedule or what time you're going to be training and stuff. So no, I don't really get too many. Last gig I went to was to see Drake at London Arena.
Amazing.
Yeah, brilliant. Yeah, really. Good. It was a great night. Yeah. Luckily, we were off the next day, so I had a great night. Yeah, it was really good. Yeah.
Okay, we've got some other questions here. If you needed to borrow money fast, which teammate would lend it to you?
I'd say Ben Watson because I could take it out the fine money. He'd just give me that. When we get fines, Ben obviously Watto endorsed to the captain, so they have like a pot and they keep it in there. So I'd just say, Watto, can I have that? And he'd probably give me it. I'd have to give it back though.
This is here we go. This is quite a topical one. In a different world, you end up becoming Prime Minister and have to assemble a cabinet made only of your current Forest teammates. Who would you pick to be in charge of defence?
Yatesy, 100%. Yeah, Yatesy. Yeah, he's a warrior.
Is he? Is he like Is he the hard man of the group?
Yeah, he's a warrior. Yatesy would do anything. You tell him to go run 50k, he'll go and do it.
Love that.
He's obviously I've been brought up with Yatesy as well. He's a great kid. and he works his absolute nuts off. So yeah, Yatesy.
Who would you put in charge of the Treasury? Who would you make Chancellor of the Exchequer? Who do you think's best at managing the finances?
I keep saying Ben Watson for everything because he's like the dad of the group. He takes charge of everything. Who would I do that? Yeah, I'd say Watto or Dawson. Yeah.
Let's say Hollywood want to make a film of your life. Who would you want to play you? And it doesn't have to be a Forest player. It can be anyone.
I think with that beard, mate, you got to go maybe a bit Tom Hardy, haven't you?
Yeah. Who would I have? He does Rocky. What's his name? The guy who
Sylvester
does
Stallone.
Sylvester Stallone.
Yeah. Him. Yeah. Sylvester Stallone. Yeah.
I would love to see that movie.
Instead of Rocky, it could be called Cashy or Matty, and it's Stallone.
Yeah, and he could play that. Yeah, that's it. He's a great actor. I love him. And what's the other film that he does? I watched it the other day.
Rambo.
I'm so rubbish at Rambo. That's the one.
John Rambo.
Yeah. I watched Rambo the other day, and that came to my mind. He's a good one.
Which Rambo was it? Was it the very first one? First Blood.
It was First Blood. That was it. Yeah.
So
First
good.
Blood.
So Sly Stallone. Oh, that's another good question, actually. So what actor would play Joe Lolly in the film?
Someone who's quite laid back, but he can turn it on when he wants to.
Maybe Woody.
I don't really. Who?
Woody Harrelson.
Yeah. I don't really know. I don't really know a lot of actors, to be fair.
I mean, if we're making it in Nottingham, we need to find sort of Shane Meadows, Vicky McClure, Paddy Considine.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Yeah. No, I don't really know a lot of actors, poorly, to be honest. That's a tough subject for me.
I mean, to be honest, it's one of those questions where if I was asked it, I wouldn't have a clue. Would you, Macca? Like, although you probably have got an idea, haven't you, Paul? If someone was to play you in a film, who would you want?
I'd want River Phoenix and his pomp.
Oh, nice. You always pick really sophisticated answers.
I can't help what I like, can I?
No, you like cool stuff. What? Just to ask you then, what is your signature meal, Paul, to cook?
Well, I'm a veggie, so I'll tell you what I'm good with at the minute. I'm good with a paneer curry, I'm really into, what was it, sagaloo, isn't it? So it's like a paneer aloo, but with chickpeas and homemade chapati and...
Are you a veggie, yeah, Paul?
I am, yeah.
Oh, bro. I don't think I could do that.
Do you know what? It was so easy, man.
My food too much. Really?
It was so easy. I mean, if I'm absolutely honest, the only thing that makes my mouth water is the idea of slapping a steak like 30 seconds on that side and on that side. I used to eat it out of the pan. Like when I think of that, my mouth waters. But,
I can imagine.
But I honestly, I just don't miss it at one bit. The reason why I did it was when I was in the band, we were touring for ages. One of the lads was a veggie, and all his meals were like just wicked. Wherever we went, whatever venue we got in, and they fed us. And ours were like meat, some random meat in a sauce, and we were sick so often. So we went veggie on tour, and we all felt so much better.
Really? Yeah.
It was loads better, yeah. So I came home.
Do you reckon it makes a big difference from eating steak to turning veggie?
I'll tell you what it does do, and here's the issue that I find with a lot of my mates. They go, I couldn't do that, because they can't understand this mentality. Is it lessens the importance and the obsession you have with food. So it just takes a little bit more of a back step. And then when you have something, you make sure it's got loads of flavour and it's lovely and it's wicked and you really enjoy your meal, but you just don't get that craving for it doesn't
burger or something.
Yeah, you just don't have that.
Yeah.
And that means takeaways are out the window. And apart from, Indian's
Chips.
Really good for that. Chinese is rubbish, obviously, because it's
do you feel like that makes your body feel better and makes you have more energy or what?
I wouldn't know about energy. I guess I'd have to be back in your situation where you're training every day and But I mean, loads of fighters and people are going vegan now, aren't they?
Loads.
Yeah. So I mean, there must be something in it. But personally, I just felt better, felt lighter, more energized.
How long's that been since you've done that?
Oh, a good 10 years.
Oh, really? And you stuck to it?
Mate, it's not hand on heart, and I'm not trying to be the big man. I've not batted an eyelid with it.
Seriously,
really haven't batted an eyelid with it. And I'll be honest.
You don't have takeaways?
I do all the takeaways, yeah. But Chinese is rubbish for me, but Indian, we've got a really nice one at the end of our road. The Chandelier, there's a plug for you, Jay. So the Chandelier in Long Eaton. So we pop in there. Loving Indian, you know, chippy, pizzas.
Yeah.
So you can be unhealthy and be a veggie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But we're pretty good with it.
Right, we'll end with a quick round of word association. So I'll name one of your teammates and just say the first word that comes into your head. Thiago.
All right, yeah, cool. Player.
Tyler Walker.
Finisher.
Lewis Graben.
Mr. Sensible.
João Carvalho.
Trickmeister.
Grease Samba.
The most chill person you'll ever meet.
That's about 8 words.
Relaxed.
Chilled.
Relaxed, yeah.
Ryan Yates.
Workhorse.
Oh, good.
And finally, Sabri Lamouchi.
Careful.
Oh, yeah, what can I say? There's so many words I could say about him. Calm. I could say calm.
That's a great word, yeah.
All right.
He's a calm, relaxed, serious manager. Brilliant.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
High compliments. Matty, thank you so much for coming on and taking time out of what has ended up for you being a very busy time in your life, moving house and everything. So we really appreciate it.
Yeah.
We're all just so excited that not only football's coming back, but that Forest season might still end up being the most exciting one for a very long time.
Yeah, no worries. It's been a pleasure to come on, and hopefully in the next few weeks things will start progressing and we can finish the business. Yeah.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed, yeah.
Well, there you go. Matty Cash, what a guy. That was so much fun.
What a dude. What a dude. I mean, how much fun is he having in the lockdown? Moved out. He's done a lot, hasn't he? He's done a lot. Making me sick.
I just love the thought of him baking his banana bread. It's not what you expect a 20-something footballer to be doing.
Hey, have you seen Jay from Sleaford Mods as Baking Daddy?
No, what's that?
On his Instagram. Follow Jay, follow Sleaford Mods on. I think he puts it on Twitter, but he's got this thing called Baking Daddy. It reminded me of that. It's absolute genius. It's making my lockdown more bearable. It's just hilarious. There's a little plug for Jay from Sleaford Mods on that. It's brilliant.
What is it? A character?
It's a character. Yeah, he's doing a few at the minute. He's got these late nights with Robbie Williams was on it last week, actually.
Brilliant.
He's so good, honestly. He's just doing all these characters. His Baking Daddy is hilarious. It's like almost like a grotesque version of Nigella Lawson with him topless in a pinny. Just watch it.
I don't think descriptions can do justice to what it is you're imagining, but I'll have a look. Yeah. And who knows, maybe one day Matty Cash will be on there. But what a great guy. And as we said at the start, all the Forest players we've had on this podcast to the current squad have all been a huge credit. And I just think it's really good for fans to hear them talk openly and honestly about the sorts of people they are, because when times are frustrating at a football club, sadly, and we're all prone to it, you make assumptions about people. And actually, the sorts of assumptions people make about modern footballers, I think every Forest player we've had on this show has disproven. You know, they really care about Forest. They're doing everything they can.
Hyper professional as well.
Yeah.
So professional, you know. These guys aren't out drinking. They're not doing any of that nonsense. They're focused. And one thing that strikes me is, like, if we'd have ever praised the gaffer like these guys praised the gaffer, we'd have got caned for months. Oh, gaffer's son. Oh, you said the gaffer was brilliant, magnificent. You got so much stick. But these guys, it's a different thing now. They're tight. You know, they're in there with the gaffer. They all appreciate. I mean, everyone said that he's calm. He's a tactician. You know, he gets them through. He's a father figure. What more do you want?
Well, hopefully. What more
promotion
and exactly, and hopefully we get it. Thank you so much for downloading this. Thank you to those of you that have left iTunes reviews. I know we're always asking, but it really helps other Forest fans find it.
Yeah,
it helps get us up the charts. So thank you very much for that. Follow us on Twitter at RRD1865 and share this episode on your social media. And as always, you can email us rrd1865@outlook.com. Paul, We shall speak again soon.
Matthew, we shall.
Thank you. We'll see you all soon. You.